Hi, I'm Brooke from the Northwest Straits Foundation. We are a nonprofit marine conservation and restoration organization here in Northwest Washington State. The safety of our volunteers is critical to us. Every year, volunteer citizen scientists are out on the dynamic Salish Sea mapping kelp forests. The data they collect is important in evaluating the health of the kelp. These videos, along with on-the-water training, will provide a safety standard for you and other citizen scientists. Here to help is Zoe Smith. Zoe and I have developed these videos based on our knowledge as Level 2 ACA kayak instructors. We hope you enjoy learning about wet exits and kayak rescues in today's videos. Wet exit. Before going paddling, everyone should know how to do a wet exit from their boat. This will get you out of your boat in case of a capsize. To do this, you first have to make sure your spray skirt's grab loop is out. Under the water, you will grab this loop or tab, pull it out and up. The best way to do this is to follow the cockpit up to this tab. Pulling it will release the spray skirt from the kayak. Next, push yourself out of the kayak and your PFD will help you lift you to the surface of the water. Let's watch. Signal to your group that you are okay and hold on to your boat and paddle. Next, we're going to go through a paddle float re-entry. So you have already wet exited the boat. You're going to grab your boat and paddle, signal that you're okay. Locate your paddle float. I like to keep mine behind my seat to know it's always secure. Keep the boat intentionally flipped. This will allow you to place one leg in the cockpit of your boat and have both hands free. Make sure you take a deep breath. Next, place the paddle float on the paddle and attach. Every paddle float is different. Make sure you know how to use it before you get out in the water. Blow up the paddle float. It is important to make sure you close the valve for it to hold the air. Next, you're going to right the kayak. I like to move to the bow of the boat and use both hands to help me rotate it. Hold your paddle float as an outrigger from your kayak. Place the non-paddle float side behind your cockpit and secure it with your hand around the coaming and the paddle. Hook your ankle on the paddle near the float to assist. Maneuver your body onto the back deck of your boat. Keep one limb on the paddle shaft throughout the rescue. Step one leg into the cockpit, placing the other leg onto the paddle float. Then reach to the paddle with one hand, keeping it stable. It is important that you trust the paddle float to keep your weight on it. Then slip your second leg into the cockpit. Then the other hand onto the shaft as you rotate. Stay low the whole time. Hug the kayak. Next, pump out the water using your bilge pump. Then replace the spray skirt. Now we're going to go over the T-rescue. A T-rescue is an assisted rescue to quickly get the paddler back into their boat. After the wet exit, the swimmer will be holding onto their boat and paddle. The swimmer can help by finding the bow of their boat and actively swimming towards safety. In this case, that is to the rescuer. The rescuer will paddle up to the bow of the capsized boat. The swimmer can now transfer to the rescuer's boat. The rescuer will then pull the swimmer's boat onto their cockpit and drain the water. This can be done upside down or upright. Once empty, the rescuer will get the empty kayak parallel to their own boat, ideally bow to stern. The rescuer will lean onto the empty boat and use both hands to stable it. Notice that the rescuer is holding onto the cockpit coaming. The swimmer will now get onto the back of their boat, belly down, facing the stern. The swimmer can give their paddle to the rescuer, making it easier for them to get up, or they can hold on to it to make sure they do not lose it. From there, the swimmer will slide their feet and legs into the cockpit, then rotate towards the rescuer into an uprighted seated position. Now you can bilge out the rest of the water from your cockpit and put your spray skirt back on.